Okay, let's get to part 2 of this video. I'm speaking about religion in general. In the first part, I talked about the past of religion, and in this part, I would like to speak about how you live religion. Okay. From the last part, there's two things that I still wanted to say, and it's the stories about Jesus in the Bible are called Gospels. The English word for the stories about Jesus in the Bible is the Gospels. Okay, so that's what you can read in the Bible. And the second thing is, I was speaking about holy books like the Quran, the Bible, for example, and that there are mistakes in them. In the Bible is written that homosexuality is wrong, but that's not true. And there are other typical mistakes. For example, in the Quran, you can read that women have to wear things on their heads to cover their hair. And it's said that you cannot come to God or to perfection if you don't cover your hair. That's, of course, wrong. It's not only wrong, it's stupid. There's no need to cover your hair to reach perfection. And the Jews, and also in Islam, is believed that you cannot eat the meat of certain animals, the meat of pigs, you may not eat, or you will not come to heaven, or to the perfect state, or to God. That is, of course, also nonsense. It's basically nonsense. It does not matter what you eat. It matters very much that we completely change the way we treat animals. It's really, really wrong how we treat animals. We have too many animals on one place to make the meat cheaper. We eat too much meat, and we treat animals very bad. We have to have much less animals that have more place to run around, and to give respect for these living beings. That has to change dramatically and at once. That is something that makes you not reach God when you treat animals the way we treat them. That has to stop right away. But the eating of a certain thing does not prevent you from coming to God. It's just a mistake, and it goes quite far. So they say if you have a pig meat somewhere and the other meat touches that, then it's filthy, and if you eat it, then you don't come to God. This is very, very wrong, and I hope it will become clear how wrong this is when I try to explain in this part of the video how you actually come to God, and hopefully you will see how these things are not only wrong, but they distract you from a true living that gets you to perfection. It is very distracting, because every time you live this and you think, okay, I didn't eat pig, so I'm getting closer to heaven, you will drop something else that you should have done that will get you to heaven. So all wrong ideas take away time and effort that you could have used for really coming to God. That's why they are disturbing you. These wrong things are disturbing you. So you should not live by them. So those were the two things that I wanted. Oh yeah, and now alcohol is in Islam is said that it does not. It gets you, distracts you from coming closer to God. Alcohol is a very bad thing. You can get real problems with alcohol. You can really lose your mind, and what you can especially lose is every human being has the drive to be good, to be nice to people, and alcohol can completely take that away. And that is a bad thing. So alcohol is a very bad thing. But if one drop of alcohol touches your tongue, if you drink alcohol, then God does not turn away from you. In general, you can drink a beer, still come to heaven. That's not the point. It's not a strict combination rule that you can say, if you drink alcohol, you don't come to God. That's stupid, that's nonsense, and also that is a wrong rule. And now there's some schools of Islam who preach the following thing. They preach that Islam is the only true religion, and that Christians always drink alcohol and party and are godless and will go to hell because their religion sends them to hell because of the wrong rules. And as I said in part 1, this is very dangerous. This is the most dangerous thing you can do is to saying that other religions are wrong and your religion is the only right religion is a big warning signal for everybody. If your priest tells you that if you live in a religion and the priest tells you that another of the bigger good religions, Christianity, is a very respectful religion, as is Buddhism, and as is Islam, is very respectful religions, and Hinduism, of course. But if they tell you that one of these bigger religions are set to hell or to fail, and will not come to God, then you best leave that part of the religion you are in. Then you are in a too small section of that religion that you are in, because those bigger religions will in general very good religions. So it is very dangerous to think that any of these bigger religions is set with wrong rules, going to a bad state, and that they are godless. I've heard it once from somebody that there's certain schools of Islam that say that Christian religion is godless, and I've heard from Christians that Islamic religion is godless, but that's stupid. And that's a very, very wrong idea. That you may not follow. You have to strictly avoid that idea. The other religions are very good religions. The bigger ones. There's very bad religions, as I mentioned in part 1, but the big world religions are very good religions. So, those, and I wanted to mention these points. Drinking alcohol does not get you away from God. If you drink every day very much and you completely lose your mind, that would certainly pull you off from perfection, because it will destroy your mind and your intelligence and your morality. That will bring you, as do other drugs like cocaine, ecstasy, speed, heroin, those drugs that I really hate, that will pull you off from God. As I usually say, if you take speed, if you think, okay, if you are somebody who uses speed and the drug and says, okay, I use speed to lose, okay, then I personally say, better luck in your next life, because you will not see God on this drug. It's just, you will not see God or higher things on this drug. So I say, I hope for you that in your next life you will not take this drug and have a chance to finally start your way to see God. So I'm very strict with that. And I might, be not completely this strict at the end, but in general, I do give you actually no chance to see higher things on, for example, speed. It's very dangerous, because when people present this drug to you, they say it's just nothing, it's just a children's game, it's just a small drug, but it's not. As well as ecstasy, cocaine and heroin, those are not to be taken lightly. You cannot take them if you want to see God. But if you have a beer once in a while, that's very okay. That God does not punish you for certain things. You don't have something on your hair, God does not punish you for that. You drink a beer, God does not punish you. You eat pig, God does not punish you. You're homosexual, God does not punish you. You should not think of God punishing. What you rather should think of is how much force and power do you develop to go towards God. That's how you should think it. You should think it in a bit this way. And even with drinking a bit of alcohol, you can still have enough power to go towards God. With uncovered hair as a woman, you still have enough power, because it does not take away power from you. You still have enough power to go to God. With a bit of alcohol, you can still have enough power. With loving a person of your own sex, you can still have enough power to go towards God. But with certain drugs that destroy you very, very quickly, like speed, for example, you will not have the power to go towards God. That's the point here. And with too much alcohol, you will not have the power. So this is something you should take into consideration. So also Islam, which is thought of as being a flawless, the Quran of Islam is the main book of Islam is thought of being a flawless book without mistakes that God personally told. That's not true. It's just not true. There's a lot of stupid, wrong stuff written in the Quran. So that's something you should not miss. You should not miss that there's a lot of wrong things written in the Quran. There's a lot of wrong things written in the Bible. All these books. There's stupid things written in them, wrong things. And if you say no, that's the Bible, or no, that's the Quran, that's perfect, then you should definitely consider that the changes made by the big prophets, for example, the changes made by Jesus, gave us more understanding of how to live in a good way, and to the changes we made from that point on to understand that homosexuality is not distracting you from God, gave us more insight, and in overall defining that the Son is not God, but just a son, gave us more insight in proper religion. So religion is something that is developed, and we still develop religion today. So the idea to say no, it's perfect the way it is stupid, very wrong, and will not get you to enhance religion, and that has always been a good idea. So it's a really, really blocking thought to think that what is written in any book is already perfect. It's very, very distracting, and it's very bad. And if you think about it, if we would have done that, if we would have always said no, it's already perfect, then we would still pray to the sun in heaven and in the sky, the sun. We would pray to that thing, and that would not be clever, and you know that. And so in the future we will learn even more about religion. So don't think that these books are perfect. So that was what I wanted to say about the past of religion. And now I would like to come to how you can live religion, how you can actually live religion. So, the first thing you should, in my opinion, understand about religion is what Jesus and Buddha named as the first and main aspect of religion. Religion is, in its basic essence, a form of living in which you are loving and caring and moral. So this is important to understand, that the most important thing in religion, as I said, religion is not only a thing of belief. If you think religion is about, I say I believe in God and I go to church, that is not what religion is about. Religion has ever consisted of rules. How you behave, it's behavior rules. And if you act in certain ways, you become better. That's the basic idea of religion. And the main rule that people figured out over time is that you have to be loving. That you have to care for your fellow people, the people around you. You have to care for them, to be nice to them. You have to care for animals. You have to care for nature. You have to care for yourself. Care for the things. Be there for the things. Like, don't think what you need or what you can get. Think what the people want. So the basic thing that people want is, of course, food, health, warmth, just to survive. Food and warmth and health to survive. And then they need those other values that are friendship, being cared for, being liked, being treated nicely, like friendship aspects. So, however you put it, that's the basic of religion. That's the basis of religion, of religious living. Buddha says it, Jesus says it, and I also say it. That's the most important aspect. So how can we define being nice? Because that's what you have to do. You don't have to go to church or temple. You don't even have to pray too much. You don't have to put gifts in front of statues. You don't have to. The main thing that you do is being nice. That's what you put your that's what you set your life up to be. So wait a second.